I love a good Sunday roast, getting the family and friends together to share a beautiful meal, talking and just having a great time. So today I'm going to be showing you how to make my roasted pork loin with a blackberry sauce. So I've got a beautiful piece of pork loin here from Family Chef, beautiful Australian produce. Now I've laid it out in the fridge to dry out overnight and I've scored the skin, as you can see, about 1 centimeter apart, and I'm gonna salt it later. What that's gonna do is it's gonna give it that beautiful, crispy crackling at the end. But before I get onto that, I'm gonna make my za'atar butter. For those of you who don't know what za'atar is, it's a Middle Eastern spice mix, so it's got all these beautiful spices in there. So into a food processor, I'm going to add in some butter. So right in there. So this butter has been softened to room temperature, and that's what you want, just to get it going. And I've got some lovely Meredith dairy goat's cheese. It's so tasty. It's got this beautiful saltiness and also very, very creamy. I'm gonna add that into my food processor as well. Now, I'm gonna add in some pistachios, some sesame seeds. Got here some coriander, oregano, oh, smells lovely, sumac, and it's got this beautiful, nice, tangy flavor to sumac, cumin, ground cumin, and some thyme. Beautiful. Pop the lid on, and then we're just gonna give it a good whiz. Perfect. Now that's what you want. So it's kind of like a paste. That's perfect. Okay, now we're gonna set this aside. And I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna prepare my pork. So I'm going to open it up, almost like a book. So I'm gonna butterfly it. So about a couple of centimeters off the edge, you just wanna run your knife down. You need a really sharp knife for this. And what this does is it creates lots of surface area so that you can spread all that beautiful za'atar butter onto, and it's gonna absolutely taste delicious. So open it up like that. Beautiful. Lay it out nice and flat. And then now with a spatula, just gonna get all that beautiful za'atar butter out and onto my pork. Okay, that looks beautiful. Now it's got this good consistency, not too loose and not too dry, so perfect. Okay, now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna roll it back up like a porchetta. So roll it all the way. There you go. And then now I'm going to add some extra virgin olive oil all over the skin, just to get the crackling going. And then just gently rub it all in and then liberally salt it. And you want to get into all the crevices to create that beautiful, crispy crackling. That's the only way. You need to get in there with your hands. Now that looks beautiful. I'm going to tie this pork up with some kitchen twine. So the way to do it, just lift the pork up slightly, and then just want to tie a couple knots. One down and another one. And make sure you secure that really tight, and then you cut it down. So what this does is it holds the pork together and it makes sure that the filling on the inside doesn't come out. Beautiful. Now that looks really good. I'm just gonna pop this onto my baking tray, and then this just goes into the oven at 180 degrees for 90 minutes or so. I guarantee your family's gonna love it. It's really important to set time aside with your loved ones, and you can easily do that by sharing a meal together at least once a week. It strengthens your relationships, and it's also great for your mental health. Now the pork's in the oven, so I'm gonna move on and make my blackberry sauce using some blackberries from Driscoll's. Now these are so good for you. They're beautiful, they're plum delicious, better yet, they're full in antioxidants and they're high in vitamins. All right, so this just goes into a saucepan. You just want that to break down. So that will start cooking and become a little bit mushy. I'm just gonna grab a wooden spoon. We're just gonna break it down slightly. To that, I'm gonna add in some coconut sugar and a little bit of water. So that's just gonna break down in the pan for about 10 to 15 minutes. A little bit of heat is gonna get it going. Now this blackberry sauce is looking so beautiful and so glossy. I'm just going to add a squeeze of lemon juice. So you want that beautiful balance of sweet and sour. So just a little bit of lemon juice will do the trick. Okay, this looks great. I'm gonna turn the heat off. Now I'm gonna get my pork out the oven, which I've been resting for about 15 minutes. Beautiful, crispy crackling on the top. So I've also roasted some vegetables. I've got some beautiful sweet potatoes, some onions and garlic. Now, to cut the pork, I'm just gonna take the twine off, and that just comes off quite easily like that. Pull it off, there we go. Then I'm just gonna cut it to beautiful medallions. Now you can really see that za'atar butter oozing out in the middle. It also keeps the pork really moist. That looks so good. Now, just pop it onto the plate. Got a beautiful plate here. Just like that. And then I'm gonna add in some sweet potato, maybe a bit of red onion. I love garlic, like that, so good for you. And now that luscious blackberry sauce right into that little ramekin. Now, pork and berries are actually a match made in heaven. You can mix it up, use blueberries, strawberries, or even raspberries if you want. Gorgeous. There's only one thing left to do whilst the family's not looking. Can you hear that? That crunch? Amazing. So there you have it, my roasted pork loin with za'atar butter and a blackberry sauce.